Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. And I say shalom to you Ak and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Alright, this one's called World War III is Close. Alright, and it's very, 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 very close. Alright, now this comes from an article, alright, that I came across the other day from Politico. Came across my homepage. You know, there's a lot of talks about wars lately, nuclear war, where to run, where to hide if there's a nuclear war, the likelihood of nuclear war, you know, just a ton of stuff about nuclear war, right? And it's because deep in their soul, all right, you know, because everyone's got a soul, even though Esau feels like they don't, all right, they're just heartless is what it is, all right, deep within their wicked core, all right, they can feel it coming, man. They can feel that nuclear war coming, all right, because that's how the Most High is going to take this place out. It's going to seem like men did it, but really, the Most High is going to interject. Okay, let's see what interject means. Well, not interject, but interpose. Not words, intervene, or. You know, it's kind of intervene, come between as to prevent or alter a result or course of events. And I guess that's what, you know, really what's going to happen. There's, for lack of a better word, I guess intervene's the best we can get. But the Lord's going to, you know, use those missiles to his benefit. The people think they're going to do it a certain way, but the Lord's going to have it go a whole different way. All right, and this will end with, complete nuclear devastation, all right, at the hands of the Lord. Whether you believe it or not, all right, whether you're Jake or E, whoever if you don't believe it, hey, go ahead, you don't have to believe it, but just know that just because you don't believe something doesn't mean that it's not going to happen, all right? I'd like to believe that I'm not going to work today, but guess what? I am, unfortunately, so see how that works? It says World War III, it's close, Orban claims. It says Hungary's prime minister promotes Russian narrative about war in Ukraine. Okay, now let's listen to what he has to say. It says, it's a quote by him, says, the world has never been so close to a local war turning into a world war. Okay, so it says the likelihood of the war in Ukraine turning into a global conflict is growing, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban said Friday morning. Speaking on state-owned Kossuth Radio, Hungary's leader criticized Western capitals and accused Ukraine's allies of promoting a conflict due to economical interests, or not economical, but economic interest. Economical fits there as well, I think. But yeah, that says due to economic, if my brain could get there, economic interest, and that's how like 99% of wars are created. If you go and watch we'll watch it real quick. I think we got enough time. You watch Economic Hitman. It's actually, I guess it's a book by John Perkins. It's something that I believe the apostles mentioned quite frequently. There's actually a little cartoon you can watch. I have it saved because I knew this event would come at some point. Bear with me. I'll pause that right there. It should be in my playlist. Save videos, Economic Hitman. Check this out. We're going to play this because this is exactly what they do.
The Economic Hitmen have managed to create the world's first truly global empire, and it's basically a secret empire. We do it many ways, but principally, we identify a country that has resources our corporations covet, like oil, arrange a huge loan to that country from the World Bank or one of its sisters. The money never actually goes to the country. It goes to our own corporations to build big infrastructure projects in that country that help a few very wealthy people, but don't benefit the majority of the people who are too poor to buy electricity or have cars to drive on the highways, and yet they're left holding a huge debt that they can't repay. So we go back at some point and say, you know, you can't pay your debts. Give us a pound of flesh. Sell your oil real cheap to our oil companies. vote with us on the next critical UN vote, allow us to build a military base in your backyard, something along these lines. And when we fail, the jackals go in and either overthrow or assassinate these leaders. And if the jackals fail, as they did in Iraq, then we send in the military. I don't think the failure is capitalism. I think it's a specific kind of capitalism that we've developed. We've created what I consider a mutant, viral form of capitalism. And this mutant form of capitalism, which I think is really a predatory form of capitalism, has created an extremely unstable, unsustainable, unjust, and very, very dangerous world.
I'll check this part out.
I've met a lot of terrorists. I've interviewed them for books. I've never met one who wanted to be a terrorist. They're desperate people. If we want to get rid of terrorism, we must get rid of the root causes, that cancer that is destroying our whole system. Because I think it's really important that we understand today.
And you really know what that cancer is that's destroying this whole system? Babylon the Great. Well, no, the whole system's messed up. All right, all of America, because, well, not all of America, the whole world is fucked up because of Esau Edom. All right, now I'm not saying we're going to be able to fix anything here, but the one that all that mostly comes out of is two tiny places that fuck up the whole place. All right, and that the main place being America. All right, and then you got a lot of elites over in England as well, but 99% of that, almost 100% comes out of Babylon the Great, because Babylon the Great is that great whore. All right, and that's where that wine is spread. But that's what they do. They go and spread their wine in all of these other countries and try to, and fuck them up just as much as they're fucked up. Okay, let's continue on. It says, and that there's I don't know if there's a longer portion of that video, but it's an excellent video, all right, because it shows you exactly what Babylon does when they don't get their way. They're like a little kid, but they're a little kid with devastating weapons. Okay, a little kid with fully automatic machine guns. Okay, it says, the world has never been so close, Orban said, to a local war turning into a world war. And everyone's freaking out about it because they know it's coming. It's just not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. All right, when's it going to kick off to that point? Okay, it says the likelihood of this increasing, the likelihood of this is increasing day by day, he added. It says the Hungarian Prime Minister also said, without providing proof, that Kiev's partners could send troops to help Ukraine, which is battling against Russian President Vladimir Putin's full-scale invasion. It says, we are very close, in my opinion, for it to be put on the table as serious proposal for the soldiers of countries allied with Ukraine to also cross the border, he said, which would mean, countries allied with Ukraine would be, like America. All right, and America's already on the soil over there. They try to play it off that they're not, but they are. Orban, who has nurtured a close relationship with the Kremlin over the past decade, has come under fire both at home and abroad over the past year for promoting a Russian-style narrative on the war. All right, and the reality of it is that both of these people are absolutely just fucking terrible. Okay, they're both the most racist, pieces of shit. They're both Edomites. All right, they all go back to Esau, even though they're Gog, but still, or Magog. All right, they go back to E. All right, they go back to E. So, and all these people, you got these Americans that are promoting them. So, oh yeah, Ukrainians. All right, not even, well, even if they knew. All right, but you got these Jake over there doing the same fucking thing. All right, not over there, but over here doing the same thing, not realizing that the Ukraine's one of the most racist goddamn places ever. Okay, and these people aren't your friends. It shows you how, man, it is mind-boggling how easy it is for propaganda to work in this country. All right, this country being the United States. It is mind-boggling how propaganda is so easily spread and so easily, ate up by people. Okay, like, for example, it's so easy. The people here are so blind. Okay, the people here are so blind that people can go on and say, we're basically gonna wipe out half the population with this certain thing. All right, and people completely switch over that and will defend that item. Okay, by saying, we're gonna through the use and administration of these certain things, we're gonna cut that population down to this number. All right, talking about overpopulation and getting rid of that number, and people are happy. They're like, yes, that's great. Do you even understand what was said? All right, and then they'll go on to promote these things, and then you'll tell them, that's being used for that. They'll say, no, it's not. That's a conspiracy theory. What are you He just fucking said it. It came out of his mouth. Some of you that know what I'm speaking on know what I'm speaking on. Right, the whole Bill Gates situation. All right, but I've mentioned. All right, before, I've mentioned like my wife and so to speak that you could come out as if you're in the government, you could come out and say, hey, tomorrow, we're gonna, wipe out 3,000 people in a massive event. All right, and then next day, 3,000 people would be wiped out in a massive event. And then you tell people, look, the fucking government just wiped out those 3,000 people. They said they're going to wipe out. And people are like, no, that's a conspiracy theory. They never said anything like that. Where did you get that from? It's like they just fucking said it on the news the other day. And then you could show them the same article and they'd be like, no, I think you're not understanding what they're saying. They're saying something completely. You guys are so fucking dumb. All right, you Americans are so fucking dumb. The dumbest people on earth, you Americans, all right, are so dumb. Well, where are you from? I'm from America, but I would never consider myself an American. All right, this place is fucking garbage. All right, it's full of wickedness. It's polluted. All right, it's full of sin, iniquity. The people here are all fucked up. They're the dumbest goddamn people you ever meet. All right, the children. All right, not even the children here. What you would call the children, the 14, 15, 16-year-olds are some of the most dumbest bastards you'll ever meet. All right, some of the most dumbest shit comes from here. Milk crate challenge, Tide Pod challenge. All right, all this fucking retarded shit, and that's what it is. It's retarded shit. All right, and you just eat it up. And then when they tell you, this place is getting hurt by this other place, that place is very bad. That's a very bad man. He doesn't like us. He's bad. Believe that he's bad. And everybody else, he's bad. He's bad. Oh, yes, he's bad. Did you hear he's bad? Like a bunch of fucking mindless cretins. All right, or cretins, however you want to pronounce it. Just mindless idiots. Okay, continuing on, enough with the rant, but it's fucking vexing, man. These people in America are so goddamn dumb. All right, it's like that George Carlin joke he has. He said, think about how dumb, all right, the average person is, right? And then realize that half of them are dumber than that. And then you got to realize, that's the joke that he said. You got to realize how fucking stupid the average person is. First of all, that's the bare minimum that you got to get down. The average person is dumb as shit, okay? In America, at least. Almost everywhere. Why? Because they're all taken up on those Babylonian customs, okay? And then realize that half of them are even stupider than that. Realize how stupid that is. That is an overwhelming level of stupid. That is a grand scale of stupid, all right? That is like the cream of the crop of, like, stupid. You get it? That is like royal levels of stupid there. That's stupidity that you can't even fathom levels. All right, that's like it's like the opposite scale of trying to put yourself in the mind of a rocket scientist. Well, to try to put yourself in the mind of someone that dumb, it's almost damn near impossible. Okay. The Hungarian government, meanwhile, has argued that it's advocating for an imminent ceasefire merely because it prioritized peace on the European continent. All right, and this war isn't primarily even going to be fought over there. All right, it will be fought part, but it's going to be a big war on American soil. It says, in his radio interview, the Hungarian leader insisted that his position is shared by others across the globe, pointing to China and the Arab world and Africa. There is the West, he said, and the others, and that's true. All right, it's everyone versus the West, really. It's not the West versus, whatever. All right. Like he's saying, he's promoting Russia because these people, and you automatically think, oh, Russia's bad, oh, they're bad, oh, they're hurting Ukraine. Like the Ukraine's some type of fucking saint. Like they've never done anything terrible, all right? And it's just a bunch of propaganda, all right? And they just release a bunch of propaganda and it's bullshit. But guess what? World War III is about to pop off, all right? Some of you people are going to get drafted, all right? Some of you little women too, they're like, oh, Ukraine's so good. Well, guess what? You love them so much, you're going to go and fight for them. All right, how about that? You're gonna go fight for the political agenda that the United States is pushing. All right, and they want one of their little fucking vineyards of their wine. All right, so to speak, because Babylon likes to spread their wine. They want to keep that vineyard open. All right, because they know that Russia's not down with that bullshit. Okay, let's get Matthew 20. They prosecute people over there for being Moes. All right, they have laws about what type of crazy fucking hair colors you can wear. All right, dyeing your hair over there. You can't walk out the house looking like a goddamn clown over there. All right, big old red boots on with fucking green lipstick and pink hair. You can't walk out the house like that. All right, that's a crime in Russia. Okay, Being a Mo, all right, and I'm not saying just being a Mo, because being a Mo is a crime too. I'm saying even dressing like that is a crime. All right, they have laws on how you can dress because it looks a fucking shame. All right, so, and on top of that, they also have, certain laws about being Mo's, I believe. Let's get Matthew 24:6. It reads, all right, and this is the times to come. Okay, it says, if you go up to verse 3, all right, the disciples are asking Yahushua, you can read it. It says, and he, as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Salaki, actually up in verse 2, it says, and Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another, it shall not be thrown, that shall not be thrown down. Okay, and then of course the disciples asked us, what shall be the sign for that? Now if we go down to verse, where were we? We're just going to jump down to 6. All right, but we'll start from 4 actually. Said, and Yahushua answered, and these are the signs, okay? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Okay, so in these days, he's not going to tell you, the 7th month of the 7th day at 7 o'clock, all right? When seven doves fly by, all right, and then the light flashes 7 times. No, all right, these signs you're going to show because of that day no man, all right, not even the sun. All right, now at this current time, he might know now because we're so close. But, all right, there's not a specific day, all right? It's not March, 14th, the date today that the Most High is showing up. It's not going to, at 7 o'clock, all right, or 7 a.m. or whatever, or 7 p.m. No, that's not how it works, okay? The Lord gave signs, all right, not times, signs, all right? And what are those signs? Those signs are signs of the times. That's how you judge through those signs, but some of you don't want to believe it. Anyway, continuing back to the verse 4, and Yahushua answered, these are the signs, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Israel's already got that Savior, they're calling him over there. It says, and ye shall hear of, here's the point for this one, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right, and this is, and some of you people will bring up Iraq or Afghanistan, and yes, all right, that is true. That was a war and a rumor of war, but you got to realize that there was not so much immense talk about nuclear capability and nuclear arms races, all right, back then. All right, there was not that much talk. There wasn't talk about, finding nuclear shelter, what to do in a nuclear war, what happens if the nuclear bomb goes off, can I survive a nuclear blast, how big are nuclear bombs, what's a new nuclear bomb that's coming out, what type of nuclear bombs does the U.S. have, what type of nuclear bombs does the Ukraine have, what type of nuclear bombs does Russia have, what type of this, what type of that. There's never been that so much talk, all right, and right now it is an arming race, all right, it is an arming race because right now you got the Sarmat 2 missiles, aka the Satan 2 that Russia's producing, which is their ICBM, all right, their intercontinental ballistic missile that they're producing. All right, they're gonna launch them out of silos. All right, and Lord's gonna use those to completely devastate Babylon the Great. All right, as well as if other countries decide to launch, which they more than likely will. All right, but I believe that's gonna be kicked off with Russia more than likely. All right, and you got Babylon that's gonna maybe try to launch some. All right, who knows how that's going to work? All right, there might be some that launch some other places and hit, but the majority of nuclear devastation and destruction is going to be in Babylon the Great. Okay, other places are going to have destruction as well, such as the chariots are going to be blasting them down. You're going to have tsunamis and floods and fire, other sorts of things. All right, Leviathan making a comeback, beasts, or other sort of things. There's going to be a lot of terrible things going on in those days, but the majority that's going to get the blunt of the destruction is Babylon the Great. Okay, but and right now you got the U.S. that's mass producing nuclear warheads currently. All right, there's not videos, but like photos of them in the factory producing nukes. All right, so and you got to realize a lot of their military budgets compromised because of what they're doing with Ukraine. You got to realize that whole Ukrainian situation fucked up the debt, even more debt that the United States have, and had they might end up having to default on that debt ceiling. All right, but they pushed them with that debt ceiling, and now they were like, oh fuck, what do we do now? All right, and if they default, that'd be the first time ever they default, and that could really throw things into a deep spiral. So I believe that maybe more than likely, When is that going to be? When is that decision? Debt ceiling decision. It's going to be by it says February 2023. It says sometime in July and September, I guess. All right, and it says this is from CNBC. I'm just reading it right now. It says the U.S. will default on summer unless Congress raises the debt limit. Now they could rate the debt limit. All right, but there's another article right below it, a couple below it, that says how worried should we be if the debt ceiling isn't lifted? All right, so and that's what they've done. They've always just lifted it, but this time they might not. They might use that. That may be the first time they default, and then hey, real bad shit starts to go down. That kicks off that whole Matoba situation. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. It's not yet. All right, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, Russia, United States, Ukraine. All right, UK. All right, see, nation against nation. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. We're already getting earthquakes. All right, we've already had famines and pestilences. We're gonna get those on bigger scale, though. What we've seen is miniature versions of those. All right, the big version's gonna hit at some point when you're not ready. What does it say? It says all these are the beginning of sorrows. All right, or the beginning. All right, you can look up that word. Let's see, beginning. You should know what beginning means. All right, but what does it mean? Beginning, birth. All right, it says the point in time or space at which something starts. All right, so this is where it starts. Okay. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And that's speaking of the Israelites. Some of us are going to be put into camps. All right, like F-E to the M to the A. I don't know how sensitive they are about that word yet, but we'll be careful with it. It says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And that's true, just like we talked about that in that lesson we made about the Last of Us. All right, and if you haven't seen it, just mute it, and then when I'm done talking, I'll just do this on the screen. All right, so you'll be able to tell. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna talk about that now, so you've been warned if you don't want spoilers. But in that, all right, they're talking about Phaedra. Okay, they're talking about Phaedra, and they're like that universe's version of F to the E to the M with the A after it. Okay, and they were talking about, one of the things that Phaedra did is that you could get a good place in there if you gave up your neighbor, or people that were conspiring, and you could get medicine for it and food and stuff like that. And hey, that's the same type of thing that's going to happen in these end days, because people are going to be betraying one another. All right, okay, let me do that thing. So, all right, we're done talking about it now. All right, so back to scripture in verse 10, it says, and then shall many be offended and betray one another, and shall hate one another, just as we were talking about in that show. Okay, so hey, same thing. And really they like having true what's the word, man? The apostles talk about it, truth through they like hiding truth. All right, hiding truths in little things, and that's why they do it. And that's why in Stranger Things they had that whole and spoiler again. All right, it'll only be a second, so you can just pause real quick. That's why they had that whole chip situation. All right, I mean, come on now. So all right, and then I'll do that so they know. But if that's the case, if you a lot of people have seen it by now, and some people might not want to watch it, but don't want to spoil it just in case. So and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. So guess what? Some of you might be giving up for a Yoplait yogurt, man. Oh, if you give up, are there any Hebrew Israelites in your family? If there are, and you give them up, we'll give you 2 Yoplaits and a carrot. Yeah, I know they are. Yeah, my brother, he's a Hebrew Israelite. Can I have those 2 Yoplait and a carrot, man? So please. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. All right. It says, and many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. And we're seeing that now. There's a lot of false prophets out there. All right. Speaking of the people in, no, I won't do that to them. Never mind. I won't do that. All right, but you know they I will actually, because you know they are false prophets over there at IUIC, because they're telling wrong things that are gonna get people destroyed, man. Unless they start rightly, you know, using the name Yahweh Shemiao Shai and start teaching about the mark, all right, and really start teaching what it is, and that you can't repent and turn back from it, and that you're not going to burn in hell for all time. Well, maybe forever. All right, they said 1,000 years or maybe forever. All right, so you got to remember that it's not always forever. So it's maybe forever. Maybe it's just 1,000 years. Maybe it's forever. I guess we don't know. I'm not sure. All right. These guys, man. It says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, mind you, let me iterate there. I'm joking on something that IUIC said. You're not burning in hell forever. All right, there's not even a physical place called hell like that. Well, hell means the place of future punishment, which is gonna be Babylon the Great. You know, not some cave, some cavernous place where with a dude with horns is poking an ass with a pitchfork, like I always say, because that's not something that exists, and you're gonna burn for 1,000 years or maybe even forever. Maybe even forever. Well, what's the clarify? How does it happen forever? Is it sometimes, or anyway? And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure in the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And what's really frightening about this for you people in the world is that verse 14 is happening right now. All right, actually, as I'm speaking, all right, this is being preached in the world. Okay, and I know as I myself is making a lesson, there's another brother making a lesson right now. I wouldn't be surprised. Just a minute ago, a brother was alive. I think he's probably still alive. Let's see. Yeah, a couple people. We got, just as I'm speaking, guess what? There's more information going on across the globe. All right, I'm here in Nevada, and then we got GMS Walk and Talk, all right, which is the elder Manatazak out of GMS South Carolina. All right, he's doing a premiere. But that lesson's going out live, and then I believe he's doing a premiere as well. Yes, the Apostle Tahar is also having a premiere right now as we speak. Okay, and there's other brothers that I'm probably not subscribed to that are making lessons this very moment. All right, live, and there's other brothers that are making lessons right now, and they're not live, and they shall upload soon. Okay, what do we got? Probably just minutes ago. Well, let's see. GMS Samaki from the brother out from Miami camp just uploaded a video 12 minutes ago. We got 4 hours ago another lesson from Elder Manatazak. 5 hours ago we got one from Apostle Gabar. 12 hours ago we got one from Elder Yashawamba. Okay, and that's just right now. It's early. Some people are at work. I'm getting ready to go to work. Some people are already at work or getting ready to go to work just as myself. Okay, so you got to realize that those are all going to be going out. But by the time I'm working, I get off. There's already going to be probably 10, 12 more lessons just from the people that I'm subscribed to. All right. And so, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nation, and then shall the end come. And you got, GMS, and other like-minded individuals such as myself, all right, that aren't necessarily in GMS, but they teach the same doctrine. They learn from GMS, okay, that are out there teaching the word. Now, let's get Luke 21:9. We're cutting it a little close here, but let's get it. All right, it says, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, and this is not a commotion, that's a commotion. It says, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. There's great signs coming on, but you aren't listening to them. All right, it's like that. We'll get in a minute, maybe. It says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake, and that will happen. It's like that. What this reminds me of is great signs in the heaven, and it's that. It's like this. This is from Bruce Almighty when he was praying, but it's off that but
do it for less.
This is how you people are with signs.
Lowest prices.
All right, give it a minute, but this is how you guys are. You guys are, you know, what are the signs? What are the signs? This is how you guys are with the signs. This is you. It's lower quality, but let's see if you can still see it.
Want me to talk to you? Tell me what's going on. What should I do? Give me a signal. I need your guidance, Lord. Please send me a sign. Oh, what's this joker doing now? Okay. All right. I'll try your way. All right. Lord, I need a miracle. I'm desperate. I need your help, Lord. Please reach into my life. What the? Yeah.
That's fine because he's probably praying the wrong one, but if you continue go on.
Hey!
Another sign. Where's the one that is? There's one, I couldn't find it, but it's a big sign. It's literally pointing, saying it's literally right here. Yeah, that's the one he sees. It says, "This is the sign you've been looking for." And it keeps on going past all of them, and this guy's wicked as all hell. And that movie, you know, really was mocked the Lord in ways. But I use that as an example to show you how some of you people are with signs. All right, like, well, what are the signs? What are the signs? And here they are. And they just used them in that movie as literal signs, but here they are. Everything, the wars and the rumors of the wars, the pestilence, the plagues, the earthquakes going on, all right, the truth going out from one end to the other, and still you people, where's the signs? Some of you people are just really dumb, okay? You must be those people that are, you know, dumber than the average person. 3 and 1. So here it is. Won't let me highlight anymore, but 2 Timothy 3 and 1. So like, yeah, 2 Timothy 3 and 1. It reads, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Perilous times shall come. Okay? And let's get let's see. What does perilous mean? We gotta highlight this anyway. Perilous. Full of danger, risk. All right, exposed to imminent danger, exposed to imminent risk or disaster or ruin. Okay, so there you go. But you guys don't get it. All right, you're looking for a sign, and the Lord has all these signs going off, but you're that's not a sign. That's not a sign. All right, then whatever you say. You don't have to believe it. All right, but just know that it is true. All right. This is, but you can't tell the signs of the time. That's you people. You can't do it. This is Matthew 16 and 1. It reads, "The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. And he answered and said unto them, When it is evening," and this is Yahushua speaking, "He answered and said unto them, When it is evening, you will say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering." I said it should have been fair weather up above. It said it will. Let me read that again. He answered, in verse 2, "He answered and said unto them, When it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall be no sign given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed." All right, so you can't even discern the signs of the time, man. You can't get it, all right? You can tell, you know, if there's a rain cloud that it's going to rain, but you can't tell, you know, when the end time is, all right? And it's, man, you guys are something else, okay? Really, you're something else. Now, let's get Mark 13 and 31. 31 all the way down through 37. All right. So we're supposed to be watching. All right. Now, Slack, let me grab a drink. It reads, verse 31. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Okay, that's what we were speaking of. It says, take heed, watch, and pray, for ye know not when that time is. We have signs, but we don't know the physical day. All right, for the Son of Man is a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning. The cock crowing is very early. That's when, that's when the rooster, aka a cock, that's when it crows. It says, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what say unto you, I say unto all, watch. Okay, that's the other thing. You gotta be up and about, because guess what? You're gonna come in your sleep. Oh, I was just smoking this Black and Mild, Lord. Matthew 24 and 47. Or Matthew 24 and 42. Says, watch therefore, here it is. Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come. You don't know. All right, you don't know. Luke 21 and 36, and we're gonna close out. I gotta be faster with it, because if not, I'll be late, unfortunately. Luke 21 and 36, but I want to make sure we get through all the lesson. All right, not in cutting corners with the Lord here. All right, it says, watch ye therefore and pray. This is Luke 21 and 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. All right, so we're supposed to be watching. All right, and if you're watching, all of us that are watching, you can clearly see that the end is coming. All right, it's very, very close. All right, you see all the stuff going down, but if you're not watching, you're not going to catch any of it. All right, until it's too late. And that's what's going to happen for a lot of you people. You're gonna catch it when it's too late. Because why? Because you weren't watching. Okay, so that's been World War III is close. All right, and that's it. That's all it's titled. World War III is close. All right, nothing fancy. Just World War III is close. All right, that's all I had. All right, it is close, and you can tell if you're watching, but those people aren't watching. You're not gonna know. It's just like if you put on a movie and you're not watching it fully, you're gonna miss out what happened. You're gonna miss out all the things that happened that are leading up to the event, the end of the movie. You're not, what the hell went on? All right, and that's the same thing that's gonna happen to these people. They're not watching the event, so when it happens, they're like, what's going on? Well, did you not see all the signs? You must not have. All right, and you didn't. All right, but the people that were watching did. So, hey, with that, we're going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakbadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until the next one, Lord willing. Shalom.